Hey everyone, French Tutor here. Today I want to show you some advanced tricks you can use with Carlotta. I finally had some time to play and experiment, and she has a lot of cool things you can do. So I'm gonna show you how to really optimize her rotations. So after the end of this video, you're going to play her like a pro. Alright, let's get right into it. Okay, one of the first things you need to always do as a Carlotta player is try to get your Forte gauge full. Once you get it full, you activate the final bow state. In this state, your Resonance Liberation's damage multiplier increases by 80%. So that's a lot of damage for your Resonance Liberation. And then once your gauge is full, you can use Heavy Attack Imminent Oblivion. It's a strong AoE attack and it helps you gain Resonance energy to get your Liberation up. So first, we have to learn what is the fastest way to fill up our Forte gauge. So one of the fastest way to fill up your gauge is using your Heavy Attack. Heavy Attacks is one of my most favorite mechanics in this game. In general, for some characters, it helps you fill up your Forte gauge much faster. Plus, sometimes it helps you finish your basic attack rotations much faster too. So I'm going to show you why and how it's useful for Carlotta. But first, I have to explain her kit just a little bit involving her heavy attacks and other stuff. Okay, first let's talk about moldable crystals. Moldable crystals is something Carlotta can hold, and she can hold up to 6 of them. And there are several different ways to gain them. You can get 3 moldable crystals if you use your basic attack 2, and you can get 3 moldable crystals by using your heavy attack. And the 2 other ways to get moldable crystals is by using the first part of your resonance skill and by using your mid-air attack called Customary Greetings. So now once you gain some moldable crystals, you can start building up your Forte gauge. Her Forte gauge is called Substance and you can hold up to 120 points. So for a few ways to fill up substance points is by using the second part of your resonance skill. For each moldable crystal you have, you can restore 10 points of substance. So if you have 6 moldable crystals, you can restore 60 points of substance, which is half your Forte gauge. And that's going to be very crucial in your rotations, and I'll show you. And also when you're holding these crystals, your basic attacks get enhanced. So if you have 3 moldable crystals, you can do 3 enhanced basic attacks. And when that happens, you can restore 30 points of substance points, as you can see here. So that would be a quarter of the Forte gauge. So for example, if I use my basic attack 2, you see on the bottom there where it says that 3 with the icon, that's your moldable crystals. Basically, we need to get the most moldable crystals we can, plus use them so that we can get substance points to fill up your Forte gauge. Okay, so let me show you why heavy attacks are more efficient than basic attacks. So the game generally just wants you to do a basic attack 1 and 2 to get these mold crystals and then do 3 enhanced shots like this, okay? And that kind of takes a while. So instead of getting like these crystals with basic attack 1 and 2 like that, you actually want to use a heavy attack. So if I use a heavy attack, on the bottom there you can see I gained 3 moldable crystals. But I actually don't want to use the actual heavy attack. I just want to use it so that I could gain multiple crystals. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do a heavy attack and then cancel. And then you see that? I got 3 moldable crystals right there. So if I gain the 3 moldable crystals, now I can just start using my enhanced basic attacks. So once I cancel out my heavy attack, I can start using my enhanced basic attacks right away to fill up my Forte gauge. So if I do this, boom, much faster. Canceling your heavy attack could be a little tricky. If you do it too fast, your heavy attack comes out anyway. So let her move just a little bit, and then you can start attacking right away like that. Or you can just dash cancel in place. What you want to do is just do a heavy attack like this, and then you can start firing right away. And that's much faster than doing basic attack 1 and 2. What you can do more, there's actually steps. You can do it even faster. Because now if you do 2 rotations, let me show you just a 2 basic attack rotation. You're going to do something like this. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then again, and boom. Now we have half a Forte gauge. But now, instead of doing 1 heavy attack dash cancel, we're going to do 2. So I'm going to just show you first how I can get 6 crystals just like that. Okay, so I'm going to do it a little slow, but like this. Okay, so you see that? Now I got 6 multiple crystals just like that. Now just do 6 enhanced basic attacks in a row. So now as you can see here, doing 2 sets of enhanced basic attacks with heavy attack dash cancels is much faster. So it could get a little tricky doing 2 heavy attacks at once. If you want to stay in place, it's pretty easy to do it this way. So you see I can just dash backwards like that and get 6 multiple crystals. But like if you do it incorrectly, she's going to end up doing 1 heavy attack. It's not the end of the world, but it does kind of mess up your rotation. So you do have to kind of practice. Let her like, kind of like dash out a little bit and then try dash canceling from there. And if you want to move around, you can do the first dash cancel like immediately, and the second one let her linger a little bit so that she doesn't use her heavy attack. So something like this. See, just like that. Okay, but we're gonna keep going. What is the fastest way to cancel your heavy attack? It's not actually a dash. It's actually going to involve your resonance skill. Okay, so if we use our resonance skills normally, you're going to get 3 multiple crystals from the first attack, from the first part, and then you're going to consume them, and then you'll gain 30 substance points like this. So you get 3 crystals, and we consumed 3 crystals to get 30 substance points. But if you add in heavy attack in there, you can see 6 crystals, and now I have a half full Forte gauge. What the heck just happened? Did you kind of catch it? Okay, so I'm gonna show you in slow motion and frame by frame what just happened. So if we go to the next frames, okay, so now you can see here that I'm using my heavy attack. But then what happens next? Yep, so I'm using it right here, right? And then right afterwards, I'm using my resonance skill. So that 3 multiple crystals just went to 6 like that. If I keep playing, and boom, and now that's how you get 6 multiple crystals super fast and cancel out your heavy attack with your resonance skill. Okay, but is using heavy attack necessary? I think just using heavy attack to resonance skill would be really good to use. But when you're using like enhanced basic attacks, I think just using your basic attacks are okay too. Especially if you're a mobile player, it might be easier. So if you want, anytime I say like use 6 enhanced basic attacks, you can pretty much just do 2 rotations of a full basic attack sequence. So don't sweat it. Okay, now let's talk about customary greetings. It's basically the attack after your plunge attack. You're going to do a backflip kick and then do a one shot. So basically it's this. You see that? It was a backflip and then there was a shot at the end. And when you do that, when you do the first part of the backflip, you get 3 multiple crystals. So from that one shot, you can just start doing your enhanced basic attacks, right? So you can do something like this, right? And then you could start just doing enhanced basic attacks there. But you only get 3 multiple crystals there. So that whole sequence that takes super long, you only get 30 substance points. So we don't want that. What we want to do is, for the first part, you want to cancel that backflip. And see, right here, I canceled it out, canceled that whole long animation, and I got 3 multiple crystals. That's the first part. Instead of that, we're going to do this. You see that right there? I got 6 multiple crystals, and I'm doing 6 enhanced basic attacks right there to get 60 substance points. Half of my Forte gauge is filled now. So basically what I did was I canceled out the backflip, and then I did a heavy attack and dash cancel that out in order to get 6 multiple crystals. Okay, so let's watch it in slow-mo again. We're gonna start doing our plunge attack here. Backflip, cancel it out, dash cancel, and then heavy attack, cancel it out, and then boom. Just like that. So you get the idea. You're going to fill up half of your Forte gauge there. Okay, now let's combine everything. First, we're going to do a heavy attack and cancel it out with a resonance skill. And then once we do a plunge attack, we're going to cancel out the backflip and then with a dash, and then do a heavy attack and then cancel that out, and then do 6 enhanced basic attacks to get a full Forte circuit. Okay, so heavy attack into resonance skill first. Plunge, backflip kick, dash cancel out, heavy attack cancel, and then now 2 sets of 3 enhanced basic attacks. Now you get a full gauge. And then after all that, you get a full gauge. You can use Imminent Oblivion, her special heavy attack, if it's not on cooldown like this. and that restores a lot of resonance energy. But now the fun part is that, as you can see here, once you use this attack, it's going to reduce the cooldown of your resonance skill by 6 seconds. So guess what? With the rotation I showed you, if we use it like this, your cooldown on your resonance skill is done now. So now we can use our resonance skill like this. So now that's our full rotation. Alright, let's try this live. Heavy attack, resonance skill cancel, mid-air attack, first hit of customary greetings, heavy attack dash cancel to 6 enhanced basic attacks. Okay, boom, heavy attack, oblivion, and then resonance skill cooldown is done. So we're gonna do resonance skill and then we're done. So this whole rotation is great when you have no energy for your ult, and it's going to happen sometimes, especially during like challenges or events. This is also used when you're not coming in with the intro skill. So pretty much you're going to start the combat fresh right from the beginning, and you can do this very quickly to get some resonance energy for your resonance liberation. Okay, I do want to show you something here. Let's say we're doing this whole rotation, right? And then your resonance liberation is kind of full, but not yet. But after you do your heavy attack oblivion, you finally get it full, right? And then you use it, and then you use your resonance skill. And then once you use your resonance skill, you stop here, right? So after this, what do most people usually do? Right? They usually do a plunge attack here, right? But if you have the final bout state already activated and your liberation is full, what's the best thing you should do? Your liberation. See that? You come down on the floor much faster. See, you come down on the floor much faster, and you can start using your resonance liberation right away. You don't have to do any customary greetings. You just go straight to firing and shooting. Okay, now I think it's a good time to teach you how to do a quick swap with your resonance skill and also echo swapping. We're going to use both of these techniques towards the end of our rotation, so I just wanted to show you first. Okay, for the resonance swap cancel, first, you do the first part of your resonance skill like that. And then, right before she leaps forward, you just want to switch off to another character. So like this. And see, she still does her own thing. And then you can just swap to a healer and do whatever you need to do. Okay, now with echo swapping, after you use your liberation, and we're going to do some enhanced shots here. So it would be best, so after a skill, you just press your echo skill and then swap to another character. So from here, just like that. You see, it took some time to come down, but yeah, it will still keep going even if you swapped off characters. So definitely we want to use that a lot at the end of some of our rotations, okay? Okay, now let's talk about rotations where you use your intro skill and you have a good amount of resonance energy or your liberation is full and ready. So when you use your intro skill, two things actually happen. First, you restore 3 multiple crystals right off the bat. And the second part is you actually restore 30 points of substance right away. So it's 2 parts and it's just amazing. It makes your rotations way faster, and it's just so important for Carlotta to enter in with the intro skill. Okay, so let me show you the best rotation with the intro skill and basically what the game actually wants you to do with Carlotta. Okay, so first we're gonna go in with the intro skill, followed by a resonance skill. Okay, and the most important thing here is that you can see I'm going to hold my mouse right here throughout this whole plunge attack, this mid-air attack, right? So when you do that, as soon as you land, you're going to activate heavy attack, imminent oblivion. You're going to activate your final bout state, and you can start using your resonance liberation right away. But why do I say that the game actually wants you to do the rotation like this? The clue actually comes from her signature weapon. Okay, so her signature weapon states that once you use an intro skill, your resonance skill damage bonus increases by 48% for only 5 seconds. Okay, you have plenty of time to just use your normal resonance skill, but why don't we utilize something that's considered resonance skill damage? And remember, heavy attack imminent oblivion is considered resonant skill damage, okay? So if you combine your resonant skill plus this heavy attack oblivion, you're going to do a lot of extra resonant skill damage. So I'm not saying you're supposed to have her weapon or anything, but you can see how they designed her weapon around doing your skills this way. Okay, but the key to make all these rotations work, so we need at least 30 substance points. So right before you leave the field, no matter what, try to get at least 30 substance points. And let me show you how. Okay, the first way to get 30 substance points is by using your resonance skill and then quick swapping. So I would recommend doing it right after you use your heavy attack imminent oblivion like this. So we start off like this and then quick swap out from here, and then we'll have 30 substance points at the end of this rotation. And you can see she's still attacking and stuff. Okay, and the next way is actually after your liberation. What we actually want to do here is we're going to use 2 heavy attack dash cancels, and we're actually going to get 60 substance points, and then we're going to use a echo swap. Honestly, this is not real. So this has 2 parts. You're getting the minimum of the 30 substance points, plus this is actually an energy regen thing. You need enough energy in order to do your resonance liberation the next rotation. So I found this to be the most helpful thing to do to get that energy for your liberation. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 heavy attack cancel twice, and then we're going to do our 6 enhanced basic attacks to get that energy, and then echo swap cancel into our healer there. And then we should have enough energy for the next rotation for our next liberation. Okay, now let's put everything all together. So for the first rotation, we're going to have no intro skill and no or low resonance energy and no final bow state. So we're going to do a heavy attack cancel with your resonance skill, to a mid-air attack, to a first hit of customary greetings, to heavy attack dash cancel, to 6 enhanced basic attacks, and then your heavy attack imminent oblivion, then a resonance skill swap cancel, to your healer to sub DPS rotations, and then finally intro skill to resonance skill to mid-air attack to heavy attack imminent oblivion. Then we're going to use our resonance liberation, and then 2 heavy attack dash cancels and 6 enhanced basic attacks, and finally an echo swap cancel. Okay, but sometimes when you go in with your intro skill, your resonance skill might not be up at that point, especially if you have faster rotations. So at that point, after your heavy attack imminent oblivion in the first rotation part, you just want to do 1 heavy attack dash cancel and just do 3 enhanced basic attacks to get 30 substance points there then. Alright, let's look at our first rotation here. Okay, we're going to start with a heavy attack to resonance skill cancel. And then boom, we're going to set up for 6 enhanced basic attacks. And then we're going to use heavy attack oblivion. And then we're going to actually do a resonance skill swap cancel there, and it was a little hard to see there, but yeah, that's how I'm going to exit and then fill up 30 substance points. Now I'm going to set up with my healer and then to my sub DPS. Alright, just setting up so I can get a resonance skill buff right here. And then boom, alright, intro skill, resonance skill, mid-air attack, hold, and then another heavy attack oblivion, and right to resonance liberation. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do 6 basic attacks and an echo skill swap, and we're just doing that so that we can get enough energy for our next rotation. The second rotation is pretty similar, but we're just going to start off with full energy. This rotation is amazing for the tower adversity, and you also need about 120 to 125 energy regen. So we're going to do a resonance skill swap cancel right off the bat, and then to healer to sub DPS rotations, and then an intro skill, resonance skill, mid-air attack to heavy attack imminent oblivion, resonance liberation, 2 heavy attack dash cancels to 6 enhanced basic attacks, to echo cancel to healer and sub DPS again. And then finally, intro skill to resonance skill to mid-air attack to heavy attack imminent oblivion. Then we're going to use our resonance liberation. We're going to start it off with a resonance skill swap cancel so that we can have 30 substance points for the next rotation. Okay, so we're just gonna set up with my healer for a second. Okay, boom. Okay, and then we're gonna set up for a resident skill buff right here. And we're gonna do a lot of resident skill damage very soon, right? Okay, boom, right here. Okay, now we're gonna do this resident skill, intro skill, and then boom, heavy attack oblivion. Then we can go straight to our residence liberation here. Okay, gonna fire our shots again. And then again, we need 6 enhanced basic attacks. So we do our dash cancels. And then boom, okay, and then we're going to echo swap here again so that we have enough energy for our next cycle. Okay, and then we're gonna set up again. And then the point of this to show you is that I want to show you that we have enough energy regen, we'll have enough energy to do our same cycle with the intro skill. Okay, and just setting up real quick with our Tao Chi. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, let's see. We have a little bit of energy left, and we made it because we have heavy attack oblivion. Very nice. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I love breaking down characters like that, and I definitely want to make more character guides in the future. If you like what you saw, please make sure to like and subscribe, and check out the videos on the left for more of my videos. Take care now.